guys. Today we are going to uh, just finish OOP and OOP 1 part 1, part 2 and part 3. I have a I am not quite sure of part 3 as I'm not quite familiar with these concepts, but we'll just read along and get through them. So let's start with OOP 1. Java class and objects. So what Java is an object-oriented programming language. The core concepts of the object-oriented approach is to break complex problems into smaller objects. So an object is an entity. So what exactly is an object? This is the basic definition of an object, that it is an entity that has a state and behavior. For example, a bicycle is an object as it has states, which is idle state, first gear, etc. And it has different behaviors like braking, accelerating, etc. So let's learn about classes first before objects. So as we all know, class is a blueprint for the object. Before we create an object, we need to define the class. So we can think of the class as a prototype of a house. A basic example, uh, like it's the blueprint. Like if you want to build a car, so that you have seen those things in like movies. I guess I'll show you. It's like bluish. Yeah, these things. This is a blueprint. So class is the blueprint. You can say that it 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 shows the deepest things of superficial things, like some objects are the superficial things, but if you want to get everything, that is what is class. So creating a class in Java, very easy. Then fields are variables and methods are defined so the code runs effectively. And in the above example, we have created by class bicycle. It contains a file name gear and a method name braking. So this is a field or a state, and this is a method. So method always has this public void breaking, like it has semicolon, like brackets with it. It's one of the things to identify whether it is a function, whether it is an object or not. So we have to use in this we have used public and private. So uh, these are called access modifiers. Now we'll continue to Java objects. An object is called an instance of a class. We all know that. Now creating an object in Java, we have used the new keyword for the constructor. So this is how we create an object in Java, and these are uh, different types of like sports bicycle, touring bicycle. So these are different categories of the object. Wait, let me read this. Oh, this is the class name, and this is the object. This is how we defined an object, and this is how it is done. So first you write the class name, uh, the class of the code which you are going to run as a class in it, right? So that name you write it here, and the object you want to define you write it after that. Then you use new and then class name. Like if you have class name as ABC, so ABC object is equal to new ABC and brackets. So for bicycle class, this is for making different objects in the class name. So bicycle, sports bicycle is equal to new bicycle. Bicycle, this this is the name of, if this and these are not related, so I got confused. I don't know why. So this bicycle is is the name of the class. So we use bicycle, and this is the object. Bicycle, sports bicycle is equal to new bicycle. So this means this is the class name, this is the object's name, and this is again the class name. So this is basically how an object is created in Java. This is another object, same class, and this is different class name. So access members of a class. We can use the name of objects along with the dot operator to access members of the class. It's very useful. So this is the name of the class. This is field of the class. This is the method, and this is how we create an object. And these are the dots, not these. These are just showing you that there is a code between them. I think it's syntactically wrong also, but so the concept here is that we use this to access the method. So so uh, so once you uh, you know uh, come to this part of the program, and this basically access the gear part. Where is it? This part, and this thing will take this part. As you can see, this access the field, the gear part, and this access the braking part. Hello, hello. Wait, let me check my stream. Am I not audible? I think I am audible. I'll do something about it. Wait. Hello, 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 hello. Is it increasing? Hello, 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 hello. I think it has increased now. Thank you, Shaurya, for telling me that about the volume. I just fixed it. So, just returning to this, as I was saying, the object part is this. So uh, this part calls the field of the class, and this part calls the method of the class. The next step is this is an example of Java class and objects. So class lamp, this is the class. So do you have any doubts? You can write it in the chat because this is like a bit boring for me as yeah. So stores the value of the light lamp, true if light is on, false if light is off. Boolean is on. So this is the first method we are defining over here, and is on is equal to true. Like over here it was defined, so by default is on is taken as false, but over here when the method is called, we change it to true, and this would only become true if this method is called in the end. So over here it is called, so it would become true over here. So system.out.println light on. This is the statement that the user will receive, and this part is going to be the output, like true or false. Okay, so this is the method to turn off the light. So default is already false. So if you don't do this, if you don't call this method and just straight away call this method, so it's over here also false and over here also false. So it would not have any impact on it. But as there might be a possibility that uh, the user is calling the on function first and then using the off function, so you have to change the value of is on to false again because it's first becoming true. This is false by default. This is changing to true and then again false. So this again the user is going to be asked about this is light on and it would be false. So yeah, so these are the objects which we are creating. This is the class name lamp. As you can see, lamp. This should be the same. That is a rule. Uh, Sorry for that. This is lamp. This is the class name, and it should be same as over here. And this object you can create anything. Like you can define it anything as you wish. Uh, Likewise, so this new lamp again should be the class's name, and this lamp halogen, this is another object which we are defining, and this new lamp is mm, this lamp is again the class's name. So this LED dot turn on. So we defined this dot turn on is this. So it will go inside this loop and would print what would it would print? It would print true. Okay, and halogen dot turn off. So uh, this would be false then. Okay. Let's run this code. Yeah. So if we remove this function, so it would show it would only show the false part of it. It Yeah. So over here we have called both functions. So it would first turn on, then turn off. It's up to your choice whether you want to create an object or not. Like if I write LED here, let's see what will happen. See, there is no change in this. It's just for the convenience. Like lights on true, lights on false, lights on, see now, lights on true, lights on false. Same. It's just that in this case, it did not have any impact, but in other cases, like if you want different objects to perform different functionalities, so you would need to change change this function. You get it? Like if you wanted to add what you can add, I think void break LED, like destroying the LED. I don't know why, but let's try this. So if you destroy it, is on would be false. No, let's define some other thing. Bill is equal to fine. Let's do it fine is equal to 500. Wait. Why did I do it here? Let's do it in the field section. Int fine is equal to 500 and then uh, and then break LED. So once this is called, uh, we can write it. What should we write? Fine. Uh, yeah, just no need to write anything. System dot out dot print println. Congrats, you got fined for and let's add plus fine, right? Now let's do this halogen dot. Oh, wait, let's do this LED and this as break LED. Break LED. Oh no. See what I did? So I have defined two objects, LED and halogen. So let me do this. Instead of calling the turn off part, let me call the break LED part. So now let's see what will happen. I hope no errors. Of what did we use? Oh, what did I do? Unnamed classes are a preview feature. Oh, should I do it public? Nah, it's something else. What error is it? Just what error is it? Mm, if you have any idea, just write it in the chat. I don't know what happened. Mm, why is this? This won't affect. Let me check the problem. Why is it? Oh, let me add is on is equal to false as it's already broken. Now let me try. No, not working. Why is it causing problem? Wait, class lamp, okay, is on, find 500. Word turn on, word turn on is true, okay. Lights on is on, okay. Then word turn off, false. Lights on is on, okay. This is also good. I think I just added an extra bracket over here. Um, yeah, I think I did. Yeah, now let me try. Oh, I need to. No, that bracket was on its place. I did something else wrong. Why are there two brackets over here? You're just closing the. Oh, I get it. I think before main method. Oh, now it would be good. Yes, let's go. Yeah, lights on, true. Oh my god, it should be lights off. So lights on, it's false. So congrats, you got fined because you broke it. Yup, now it's good. Let's continue. And LED dot turn on, halogen dot turn off. So we learned that this the bracket thing, although it was unnecessary, I wasted a lot of time in that. The bracket I placed it over here, but I added one more function, so I should have added it at the end of the code. and then call the main method. Yeah, so let's continue further on. Wasted a lot of time. Java methods. A method is a block of code. I feel like I should do questions now. I'm done with this. Declaring a Java method. The syntax is this. Okay. All right. Let's see this code again. Let's learn from this code. Boolean. What changes we can do in this? Let's see. Wait. So this is now break LED. So we can use if else statement in this. If is on, if it is off. So let's do it if it's not on. If is on is false. So if it is off. So okay. Else you're good. You good. So this is combining all if else and OOP. I think that's what they call it. So if it is false in this, and let's try turn on. It's still on. Oh, why is it showing you got fined? Oh, I think I need to use this. Yeah, so this is why this is important. Yeah, see, lights on true, you're all good. So I just changed the halogen thing to LED so that it relates this object is the same thing. So if I change the object, it what the code basically thinks that this is another person and this is another person. So one person's room light is broken and another person's room light is not broken. So let me change it to P1 and P2. Okay, and the names also P2 and P1. These are two different persons. And is it compiling? Yeah. So P1's, just imagine P1's light is broken and P2's light P1's, you can take any way. So in this case I am assuming that P1 is good. Okay, his lights are okay, and P2 just while playing basketball or some cricket in his room, football or whichever sport you like the best. So he broke his LED light in which was placed in his room. So if if you call this person, if you say that P2 broke it, so uh, P1 over here we are running first P1's thing. So this person's light is on, so it shows that yeah, this person's light is on, true. Then it shows the output of the P2 person. So P2's, as I assumed right now that he broke his light, so he would get fined. But over here it looks like that uh, this is two different people. So if I want to call, I would first call P1. Okay, now we'll see that whether he broke the LED or not. Okay, yeah, he did not break it, so it's all good. Now I'll call P2. First, we'll check whether his light is turning on or not. P2 dot break LED. This is for just checking whether his LED is broken or not. So it would show all four scenarios. So, oh, wait. Wow. P2 also got saved. How come? How come he got saved? Oh, because his light is on. It shouldn't be on. So now, light on, true. P1 is all good. So now we go to the other person, P2's room, and we find that P2's light is off. So we try to, play with the switches, but still the light is not turning on. So congrats, he got fined for $500. So let's continue with this. I don't know why I did that. So declaring a Java method. Here we have a return type. It's very interesting to do these things. You get you get to know a lot of things. You try different things as I did just now. So you get to know all the concepts of uh, coding on your own by coding on your own. So let's continue. Return type. Okay. Uh, Wait, let me check my voice. Is it audible or not? I think it's audible now. So declaring a Java method, method name, method body. So, oh, we reach here. So this is the syntax to declare a method. And there is a very unique thing about methods. I'll just read it out to you. So return type, it specifies what type of value our method returns. Like for example, if a method has int return type, then it returns integer value. So over here there is no return type. Like this thing should be like int method name, and in the bracket something like int the value which is going to be imported, kind of not imported but going to be accessed from the code itself. I'll just show you below. There would be an example. So method name, it is an identifier that is used to refer to the particular method in the program. So wait, let me. So I think just if you are with me, just write it in the chat so I can know. So let's continue. So return type, I discussed this, and method name. So it must have a method name. Like it refers to a particular, like over here we had some names, right? So this is, where is it? These type of names, where is it? These types of name. So it should have a method name and method body. So this is the code. This is of course very essential for the code. And then if in the above example, the name of the method is add numbers, so this is the name of the method, and return type is int. This is, if you want to return anything other than, like, if you want to return string, so you can't write int over here. This is for the output part, and input part is in the brackets. So we'll just study that later. We'll just learn about it in later. So this is the simple syntax of declaring a method. However, the complete syntax of declaring a method is this. So you first modifier, then static, then return type, then name of the method, then you add parameters like int, s, string, c, and all that. It can go to n number of characters, like which you want to take input as, and this is the body, the code which you want to modify or you know show the output and all. So modifier over here is, it defines, wait, we haven't come to this part. No, yeah, it's going to come. All right. So it defines access types, whether the method is public, private, and so on. So this is what we are going to know for now, but after half an hour, when we'll reach, I mean, I don't know when we will reach this. I mean, in 10-15 minutes, we are going to learn about this. So static, let's wrap it up fast. So static, if you use the static keyword, it can be accessed without creating objects. Very good part of it. So for example, yeah, we should look at examples, of course. So the square root method of standard math class is static. So hence we can directly call math.square root without creating an instance of math class. Okay, what did we understand from this? Let's read it again. The square root method of standard math class is static. Yes. Hence, we can directly call math.square root without creating an instance of math class. Does that mean I do not have to write import java.math? Really? I don't think so. Let me see what this means. What does it mean? Oh, oh, I was right. You don't need any import java.math for this because we are using static. I don't know. Wait. Oh, Java gives it to you for free. It's like that. It already knows what math is, so the same way. Oh, so simple explanation is like, let me explain it. So Java, it already knows what math class is, and like in school you would have already know what a pen or pencil is. So you don't need to bring anything extra or ask permission for it. You just use it, right? So same way, yeah. So we can directly call math.square root without creating an instance of math class. Interesting. It's very special then, static method. So I read it. I'm just reading. A static method is like a tool that doesn't need a whole object to word. So it is already available in the class itself. Hmm. So calling a method. Okay. So in the above example, we have declared, we know everything how declaration is done, how method is declared, and how what do we do after declaring? We write the code in it, right? So how here's how we can just this is an example. This uh, this is the code written. This is what is it called? Method. So this is the method and this is the coordinate and here we do the method call. So as method call is done, over here nothing will happen. This won't affect. This won't run until this thing come pops up or you write this thing. Okay. So as this thing you write this thing in your code, then the execution of this part takes place and the code is run over and exited, and after the code is run over, it goes below this line. All right. So this is just clutter over here, which the code doesn't find interesting, and it keeps on running like big code from up to down. It's coming. It doesn't read this, and it goes down, and then it reads add numbers. Oh, I had to use this. So then this method is called, and then the code is run. This is just to improve efficiency, you can say. Or there are some times where you don't want some part of code to be running at that place. So this is one of the biggest reasons why we do this. And after that, it jumps below this. It goes, then this, and jumps. Got it? Very easy. It's very easy. You can write it in the chat if you have any doubts. No doubts? It goes, then this, and let's Java methods. So public int add numbers int a int b. Oh, this is example covering everything. So this is main class. We defined this class as main, and then we created a method public int add numbers, and these are parameters which we call them. These are the two parameters a and b. So this this thing, now you would ask what is this thing? So these things are called uh, somewhere you have defined A and B. So where do you have defined them? Mm, did we define them? Oh, yeah. So right. Uh, so A we defined them over here itself. You can see int A and int B. They are defined. So when you call this method, so like over here we are calling this method. So this value, these both values will automatically get uh, placed in these two places. So it's like, how do I explain it? It's like you write it 1 and 2 goes to 3 and 4 respectively. So it's like 1 and 2 goes to 3 and 4 respectively. So you can say it 1 and 2 goes to A and B respectively. So 1 goes to A, 2 goes to B. It's in order. It's totally order wise. It's not like if you write this, there is any way that 2 is going to A. It's always going to B if you write it afterward. If you write it num2 and num1, it would go the other way. Okay. So we created a method and public int add numbers, then int sum A and B. This is basically addition of these both numbers and returning sum. This won't run until, so I'll tell you the logic. First, this class will open, then
this part won't the compiler won't even, you know, it won't even give a side eye to it. It won't even look at this part. And then it would go to this part, and then these two things it will store in it. And now we create an object for of main. This is the main method, okay? And then after we create a main object, this is the object. This is, and this I told you main should be as same as the class, and object you can write anything you want, okay? And this also should be the same thing, okay? So after now we want to call this thing, okay? We want to call add numbers. All right, so int result, this thing we are defining here itself. So this is basically an integer, like we write now int a is equal to 10. So we are writing int 10, int result a, instead of a we are writing result. We are defining result. It's as simple. Yeah, I think you get it. So like we defined int num1 over here, so we are defining int result over here. And what value will this result store? It would store the value, the output, the thing that it would return, this part would return. And what this part is returning? This part is returning the sum of A and B, which is 40, like 25 and 15. Like this part, num1 is going 25 and 15 is going here. Then it's going over here and here. So A and B. So 25 and 15. Sum is 40. And so it would return 40. Got it? Just write it in the chat if you got it or if you have any doubts. So after the sum is, you got the sum. So so this result would store the value of the sum. So int result would equal to 40. So system.out.println sum is and result, which is 40. So sum is 40. As simple as that. So we learned two things from here. The first thing we learned, that we already learned this before, but it's good that it came over again. So the first thing we learned is object, before creating an object, whatever we write is the name of the class itself. And this is again new main, okay? Same class name. And second thing we learned is how to use uh, methods and how do we call them. So public int add number. We'll get through this public, why this public is there and not private. Why can't we use private over here, or private static void main? Why is that not an issue? So we'll get through that part. So this this is very easy. So int result is equal to obj dot add number. So we defined an object which would be adding these numbers. We can do a number of objects we want, and yeah, different objects would store different results. And like result 1, result 2, result 3, I could do add 3 objects and all that, but I did not want them. So yeah, in the above example we have created a method named add numbers, and the method is takes two parameters a and b. Notice the line, this line, int result is equal to obj. So here we could have called the method by passing two arguments, num1 and num2. Since the method is returning same value, we have stored the value in the result variable. Yeah, note the method is not static, hence we are calling the method using the object of the class. Oh, oh, this part you can see. Which part? This part is not static. It's not public static int add number. So hence we are calling the method using the object of the class. What does it mean? I got it, I got it. So if this was a part of in this main part, so there wouldn't be a problem, but as it is outside the main part, we need to create an object, and then we need if there had been no object, we had to add static over here so that static means that it is all throughout the code, but we haven't done that, so we created an object and we took that object outside, and then we took that inside, and then we placed the result. I think you got it. So Java method return type. Let's continue. So Java method Java method return type. A Java method may or may not have this. Yeah. So it basically means it may or it may not return a value to the function call. We use the return statement to return any value. For example, this thing, and return sum. Yeah. This part, return sum. It's very complicated. It's like you'll be like, why should I use it here? Should I not use this here? So we use the return statement to return any value. So this is basically used mostly, like I would say, only in function calls. So yeah, or else you use system.out.println. So we are returning the variable sum. Since the return type of the function is int, the sum variable should be of int type. Otherwise, it would generate an error. Yeah. So, oh, now they have another example. Yeah, it's very good to read these examples. You get to know one by one. Yeah, if you are just seeing this as a recording, the live stream as recording, so I would recommend you to, just go through the examples, and if you know them, just skip this part till you till you get to learn what you want. Yeah. So this class main method, what am I saying? This is a class defined over here, main, and the class's name is main. We created an After that we created a method, a public static int square, int num, and this basically means that this would be throughout the code, and this uh, this is the part of returning hello spider Cryptrex 940. So let's 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 just start over this example. So class main, uh, first we create a method public static int square int num. So we created a method over here. We use static so that it runs throughout the code, and int num is basically so that we take value where the num in the main method where the num is being defined. Yeah, I mean the num is required. So over here 10 is the part which is going inside this part. So yeah, and return statement is used for returning, basically. The whole concept of the return statement is that. So we return num into num, and yeah, so we go to the main method, then int result, we define an integer, then we call the method as we want the square of the value.
अरे भाई, wait, let me just turn off notifications. Yeah, it's very distracting. So let's continue. Uh, mm, Main method. So class main, we use this and wait. So yeah. So system, where were we? System result is equal to square 10. So the result is, you know, what what the value of result is going to be there. So as we haven't defined, we haven't defined what result is going to store. So we take this uh, result thing and we equate it with square of 10. So square, I think we have defined the method over here. So there is no need to there is no need to make an object as this is static. If if it hadn't been a static thing, so we first needed to create an object. But over here it's a static. We have said it's static, like it's throughout the code. So we can just bypass that thing. So square of 10. So square part we go, and this whatever is inside the bracket goes in the first, like it goes respectively in that part. So it's over here one, like first thing goes in a box, you can say it that way. So there's only one box and one, fill in the blank. So one option and one dash, so it goes inside that. Easy, very easy MCQ. So 10 goes in num, and yeah, it has no choice but to go in this. So it would return 10 into 10, that is 100. So what this part is going to have, this return thing will go, it will go in this part, result. So result is equal to 100 now, because int result we defined it, and we equated it with the output of this. So 100 would be the output, and system dot println squared value of 10 is, and plus result. So result would be 100. So yeah, let's go further. Mm, I think I'm making it a bit longer too than usual, but yeah, it's always good the longer it takes. So if the method does not return any value, we can use the void keyword as return type of the method. For example, public, wait, let me read this again. So if the method does not have any return value, if the method does not return any value, so in these we were returning every time we were returning something, right? So what if we only wanted output and we did not want any calculations, or all the, I don't want to say that, but all the complications, you can say, just get through the code, and no no computational, uh, like multiplication operation, no operation, just the output. So we use the void keyword as a return type of the method. For example, public void. So over here, if you use this, you can't use return. You have to use system dot println, or else it would show error. You get it? So this is one of the setbacks, or the, beginner mistakes. I mean, I'm also beginner, but yeah, one of the mistakes we tend to do is this. We first we write public void, and then we return a. So that would cause problem. We can't do that. So like we write over here return square. So return square would cause a problem. We have to use system dot println plus square and all that. So if you wanted return square, uh, you had to use public static int. You had to use public int square. So you had to use public int square instead of void square. And yeah, so let's continue. If you have any doubt, just write it in the chat. No doubts. Very nice. Method parameters in Java. Oh, we are finally in the parameters part. So, method parameters in Java. A method parameter is a value which is accepted by the method. As mentioned earlier, a method can also have any number of parameters. For example, method with two parameters. So, yeah, I told that. I just said that before, that if you have two things and over here there are two things, see two things. So these two will go in one and two respectively. You can't interchange them unless you interchange these things. All right. So this add numbers first part will go in A and 15 part will go in B. So and in this add numbers, simple, no values, no parameter is there, just method call is there. This is the method and this is the method call. So this calls this method and this calls that method. So method parameters. Any doubt still here? Just let me know. Example 3. Let's go further. Oh, wait. Oh no. I'll have to. Yeah, method parameters. Class main, method with no parameter, public void display one, system dot println without method without parameter. So we used void here, so we cannot use return. So we used SOP. I am just saying SOP instead of system dot println. So over here also void. So again SOP. Then uh, we used again void, and this is a static void now. Oh, this is the main method. Sorry, this is the main method. So yeah, it looks interesting, right? So main class name object and is equal to new main. So we generated an object, we created an object over here. So now we want to, you know, as these are not static methods, so we need to create objects and call them. So this is a call for with no parameter, the first one, and this is with the single parameter. Let's run it. Run. Yeah. So first we called it. It had no parameter. Now we called it, and as you can see, the output is the only parameter which we entered. So in this we could have, wait, let's do some edits. Let's add some another things. So I added another, you know, integer. So this is int p. So now I can just add two things like 24 and 12. So let's see what would happen now. Oh, wait. What did I do wrong? Oh, plus a and plus p. Now it would with two parameters. Oh, wait. Yeah, spacing. Yeah, this would work. Wait, space. Yeah, so with two parameters. So we can add any number of characters you want. I mean parameters, not characters. So let's continue. So if you have any doubts, just write it in the chat. No doubts. Let's continue. So, oh, now let's read the note part and just go to the output. I mean, standard library methods. Yeah, this is a new branch opening up of library methods. So just read the note part and then we'll continue to that part. So the argument 24 passed in the display2 method during the method call is called actual argument. Yeah. So argument, and you can just write it down that arguments and parameters, I think they are the same thing. Let me confirm. Mm, yeah, arguments are the actual values passed into a function when it is called, while parameters are the variable listed in the function's definition that received those values. Wait. Oh, so I'll just show you. So this thing, wait. Yeah, this thing is called parameter. Okay, right? And this thing is called arguments. So arguments go inside parameters, right? You can just learn it that way. So just remember that the first thing you get after defining a method is parameters, and after that you use, where is it, arguments to get to be inserted in those parameters. Yeah, let's continue. Now let's go to the yeah, we skipped this. So the parameter a accepted by the method definition is known as a formal argument. We need to specify the type of a formal argument. So the actual type of arguments and formal arguments should always match. So it's not like you'll do int ABC over here and you do 25, only one variable over here. It should match, like over here two are there, so it should be always two. Like the same, what do we call it? Same characters, you can say. Yeah, same number of characters, not characters. Same number of input items. Yeah. So let's continue our standard library methods. So the standard library method are built-in methods in Java that can really that are readily available for use. So yeah, like import Java dot wait, import Java dot uh I don't know, wait, there are different functions. So like math dot square root, yeah. So import Java dot math. So what we do after we write import Java dot we know what is import java.util and all that. It's just for input output, but the import java.math is for you know different libraries which are built in the JVM. JVM is Java Virtual Machine if you guys aren't familiar with it. So it's basically what you are doing. You should know it. So for example, print is a method of java.io.printstream. The print the this part method prints the string inside quotation marks, right? And sqrt is a method of mathlas. It returns square root of a number. Wait, why is this link clickable? Oh, oh, these are all the methods. You can just have a look. So absolute value, cos, sine, tan, cos. Oh, a cos. I think it's inverse, cos inverse, and all that. Yeah, so these are these are the types of functions you mostly need in your starting of the course. So it's like you can just Google them up. It's not that important like for the course or for engineering. You just need to know the logic, right? So I would not recommend you learning these, but yeah, if you have nothing to do, you can do it. Okay, so output of this would be, where were we? Yeah, so we just called a main method. We use this main method, but how did we use it? Uh, system.out.println, and we just calculated the square root in just I don't know how many words, but yeah, how many letters I mean. In 2 words we did it. So, and some brackets and some I mean integers. Yeah, so output is 2. And if you want to learn more, I'll just tell you, don't read this. What are the advantages of using methods? So the first advantages of using method is code reusability. So we can write a method once and use it multiple times. So we do not have to rewrite the entire code each time. So think of it as write once, reuse multiple times. Yeah. So it's like public class main, then you define method, then you again run it, then you again run it, then you again run it as many times you want. You should not have the problem of control C, copy, then you paste it over here and all that. Get it? So this is why you know this is why one of the main reasons why I use methods. Code reusability. Yeah. So hmm, any questions? So let's continue with Java method for code reusability. So main method, then we define another method. I mean, this is the class. Why am I saying it method again and again? This is a public class. Then we define a method And then this is how we define a method. It's like public static. Static is again for, just write it in the comments. I'm not just saying it again and again. So static is there, and then get square is the method which is going to get called in the end or wherever over here. And this is parameter, this is argument, and this is, this we can return this as this is, this doesn't have void in it, it's just public static int and it's returning int type. So why is it returning int type? Because we purposely made it return int type. So public static void main string args and int I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to 5, I plus plus, and then we do a method call, and int result is equal to get square, and this would get called in this, and this result would be x into x. And what is x into x? It's I, so it would be 1. First it would go inside 1 and it would have the value 1 into 1 1, and then it would go for loop again 2. So 2 would go inside this, and then 2 into 2 4, then 3 I would be uh, I would be the, what do we call it, int I would be incrementing one by one till it is not equal to 5, like, so it would be squaring 1 into 1, then 2 into 2 4, then 3 into 3 9, then 4 into 4 16, then 5 into 5 25. So as it reaches 5, is 5 less than equal to 5 true? So call the method. The code says call the method. So method calls and result is equal to 5 into 5 25. And the output is this. And what happens after this, this has been done? This changes into 5 is done, then 6 comes. So 6 is I plus plus changes into 6. So after this thing, this 5 thing is 25 is printed, then it goes inside this, and 6 goes inside this, and 6 is less than equal to 5. And is it true? 6 is less than equal to 5? No, it is not. So it exits the loop and just only 5 things, or else it would be an infinite. Yeah. So methods make code more readable and easier to debug. Here, the get square method keeps the code to compute the square in a block, hence makes it more readable. Any doubts? I'm teaching library, Java library methods and, wait, standard library methods, and I just completed that. And now I'm heading over, oh, method overloading. Yeah, this is very interesting. So just pay attention for this part. So in Java, two or more methods may have the same name if they differ in parameters. So this, I think you would have read this multiple times if you have, started over Java and learned from different books. So this is a line which is common in every book. Yeah. So two or more methods may have the same name if they differ in parameters. So different number of parameters, comma, different types of parameters, or both. Yeah. So just understand this, just read it again. In Java, two or more methods may have the same name if they differ in parameters. I mean, even if they differ in parameters. So different number of parameters is comma different types of parameters, or both. These methods are called overloaded methods, and this feature is called method overloading. So just look at these examples over here. So I just replied you this. I'm just starting with Java method overloading. Spy Reflex 940. So Yeah, Java method overloading is what we are currently learning. Is it okay? Am I clear? What do you want me to zoom? Just wait. Are you on your laptop or on your phone? Wow. So let's continue. So if you are on your phone, just tap on full screen, and after you do that, it auto rotates, and then you can zoom in with your two thumbs which God gave you. Yeah, all right. So let's continue with Java method overloading. So yeah, we forgot to read this note and example too. So void function. Thank you for understanding Spider Reflex 940. So let's continue with this. It's very interesting. Um, So for example, void function, void function int a. These are all I mean, method overloading. Okay. So over here there is no method. I mean, there is no parameter. Over here there is one parameter. Over here again one. Over here two. Right. So here the func method is overloaded. How is it overloaded? These methods have the same name but accept different arguments. So this these names are same, right? But as you can see, this is returning only. It's not returning anything. This is I mean, this is not accepting anything. This is accepting one integer. This is accepting one double. I mean, double is like decimal thing, and this is accepting two, one integer and one float. So different types of things it is, uh, accepting. So if we just call the method and write int in it, so yeah, just can you explain again? Yeah, sure, I can explain again. Wait, I'll just write the code in an online ID so you can get to know more. So these are, for example, these are the functions, right? And yeah, so yeah, this is good. So let me, this is int, and let me do this double. My God, yeah. So public void display two. Let's do this, make it easy. So like let's write it A1. Like do it A. Okay. So A, and then we do this public void A again, and then we do it int int C. Okay. So wait, let me copy this. Yeah, outside this, and one more thing we have defined now. So as you can see, A and A is same. So you would be like, this would cause a problem, but it won't. So while, you know, object calling, so obj dot A, let's change this to A. Mm, we defined this as C, so we have to put int, we defined it as integer. So let's put an integer. Uh, let's put it 20. All right. So 20, and then this would be 12. So this is double. So let's do it 12, 1, 2.34, right? So Yeah. So what should we print after we write this? So let me just copy this with one parameter, which is C, right? Yeah. Good night, Piyush Sharma, G3 wired 9D, right? So hope coding doesn't haunt you in your dreams. Uh, Method with one parameter. Yeah. So let's run this. Display one. Yeah. So you would be thinking, oh, there is an error, but thank God, it's not that bad. Yeah, see? So we just overloaded A two times. So first we made this, first we made this, what do you call it, method with A. Then we again made this method with A with the same name. But this time we defined different parameter and we added it. So this program understands that if if I have entered one thing, it would go inside the one part. If I have entered two things, it would go inside the two part. It looks so, you know, satisfying that it's going into the right thing because codes are generally messing with your code. The compiler is always messing with your code, and what you want exactly doesn't happen. But in this case, it's happening, so it's a bit relieving to see that. So I hope this answers your question, Surendra Kumar Sharma, right? Anyone has any questions, just write it in the chat. So let's continue. Why method overloading? So just I just showed you why do we do this. So how do we do this? So it's just to increase the readability of the program. The better way to accomplish this task is by overloading methods. And depending on upon argument passed, one of the overloading method is called. So overloading, how to perform method overloading in Java. So here are different ways to perform method overloading. The first way is overloading by changing the number of parameters. Yes. I think this is the main, I think this is mostly used. This the first part, how to perform it. So this is used a lot. So what do we do? I just showed you over here that we we take we just make the same, what do you call it? Same method, and then it's like A and A, and then we put different arguments. Argument over here is this, and over here is only one. Over here two parameters, and over here only one. So this is one of the reasons why we use this. How we use this? How do we perform it? And and the second method is by changing the data type of parameters. So we use int here, then we use string over here. So if we write one, it would go in part, and if we put hello, it would go inside the string part. So for one, it would go inside this, and it would be like got integer data. And then if we enter string, and it would go inside the string part, and it would print got string object. Simple. So let's look at a real world example. Yeah, so let's look at a real world example. Oh, it's helper service. Wait. Yeah, I think I'll have to have a break after method overloading because my I'm also getting overloaded by these Java and the stress I am getting after, you know, reading the basics of Java from the starting. So yeah, like it's a bit frustrating. I feel like just code already instead of reading all this. But yeah, I'm reading this because I don't know why. Yeah, so let's look at a real world example. Yeah, it it helps me, I think. I think this would make like if I read this and like implement this, I literally revised everything. Yeah. So after, I would have don't worry, I would have a lot of sessions with these guys and I would you know have question solving sessions like although I'm just starting it, but yeah, I think I'll be good eventually. So let's look at a real world example. Class helper service, private string format, number, int value. Yeah, this is private string. So private. Yeah, so we don't need to worry over here why we are using private and public. We'll just get to know at this modifiers part, right? And all that. Yeah. So private string format number int value return string format percentile d comma value private string format double value return string dot format percent. Yeah, this looks so you know difficult, but it's very easy. It's just rounding off the float in value. Okay, so this looks obnoxious to me. These things a lot. It looks obnoxious. Yeah, I don't know why. So public string format number string value and then this parseable because it's a double thing. We use parseable for it. Then public static void main string args. Then helper. This is how we define an object. Class name same. Then we make the object by naming whatever in the world you want to name it, and then the same class name. And then we go system dot println. This is how we call the method, and this is how we put the parameter in it. It goes in 500. It is an integer, so it goes in the first part. This is what is it? A decimal. So double part. This is a string because it has brackets. I mean, what is it called? Curly brackets? No, it has whatever it is called. It has these things, so it goes inside string value, right? So when you run the program, the output should be this, and this. Because why is this used? It's used for converting string into double. I think you would remember this part, right? So value is converted into double, 550 is converted into 550.00, right? So in Java, you can also overload constructors in a similar way like methods. You can, I recommend you reading about constructor overloading. Where is it? Constructor overloading. Wait, let me tap on it. Have we read it? I guess not. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, we were just going to go in that part. Yeah. So yeah, just Okay, guys, I think I'll just end the stream over here. It's, I don't want to tire you guys, nor myself. I'll just end this. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye bye, good night, or good morning, wherever you are, at whatever time you are watching. Bye.